When you get a life-changing diagnosis like multiple sclerosis, people hand you a very long list of things you might lose. It feels like your world is about to shrink. I had my moment. I even grieved the marathons I definitely planned to run. Tiny detail. I wasn't running them before either. But there were real changes. Long drives became risky. My leg might go numb or my focus just vanish. Fatigue stopped being tired. It became bone deep, the kind that sinks you into the couch. And big box stores? Without a plan, the lights and noise were a hard no. So I stopped pretending I could power through and started treating energy like a budget. Finite, non-negotiable. Each day, I pick the one thing that matters most, spend my best energy there, and say no, kindly, when the cost is too high. Weird twist? Life got better. Fewer crashes, more intention, more room for what actually fits. Limitations didn't end my life. They redirected it. Which brings me to the simple strategy I used before MS and why it had to change. Before MS, I had a very simple life strategy. Step 1, ignore body signals. Step 2, coffee. Step 3, repeat until something breaks. Sometimes the something was me. On my best productive day, I chugged 2 lattes, skipped lunch, and answered emails like a raccoon in a filing cabinet. I also sent my boss a grocery list instead of a report. My body would whisper, headache, neck tight. Hey, maybe water? I'd answer, bigger mug. Then came the afternoon slump. Solution? Upgrade to a cup the size of my face. Barista knew my order and my life choices. I mistook adrenaline for resilience and silence for strength. If a task was hard, I pushed harder. If I felt off, I pushed anyway. MS showed up and said, that strategy is trash. Not because effort is bad, but because my nervous system started sending invoices I couldn't ignore. The tax, brain fog, numb legs, lights too bright, sounds too loud. Coffee didn't fix that. It just made me jittery and creative about bad ideas, because my nervous system decided to start running Windows 95 on dial-up. So the old plan retired, with honors, and a very large mug. Now I listen first, act second. That shift starts with understanding the difference between tired and MS fatigue, which is a whole other thing. Let's start with the biggest mindset shift after my MS diagnosis. Tired versus fatigue. Before MS, tired meant I stayed up too late. Solution? Coffee. Power through. After MS, fatigue is different. It's your brain battery at 2%. Everything downshifts to survival mode. And the charger? Missing. No port. No push through. So I stopped treating bone-deep exhaustion like normal tired. No more guilt. Rest isn't earned, it's required. MS fatigue isn't sleepiness, it's like walking through wet cement in your mind. Every thought takes effort. Instead, I treat energy like a strict budget. Debit card, not overdraft. Each morning, I pick the one must-do. That gets my best energy. Everything else, negotiable. I cancel without apology when the cost is too high. I build in recovery, sit, breathe, reset. Short, on purpose. Driving long distances needs strategy, planned breaks and a recovery day. Big box stores are a mission with an objective and an exit plan. Beat. No browsing. Before MS, if something was hard, I pushed through it. Now, if I push through everything, MS pushes back. Beat. Hard. MS taught me something very annoying. Rest isn't laziness, it's maintenance. I set a 20-minute timer, lie down, lights low. I use sensory armor, sunglasses in bright stores, earplugs in noisy spaces, phone on do not disturb. I pace errands, short list, one stop, then a buffer block on my calendar. If I need to, I reschedule, kindly. Between tasks, micro breaks, neck stretch, hand massager, water sip, window gaze. 60 seconds counts. Quick self-check. Hungry? Overheated? Overstimulated? Tired? If yes, I pause before it snowballs. Sometimes the most productive thing I do all day is sit down, which my couch fully supports. I give myself permission to cancel or reschedule, kindly, because future me pays the bill. Boundaries are boring until they save your day. Summary: I don't power through, I plan through. Next up, the brain fog thing. Brain fog is one of those symptoms where you walk into a room and think, "Why am I here?" And your brain responds, "I don't know either." Before MS, I would try to power through it. Now, if brain fog hits, trying harder just makes it worse. What I do instead, I write things down, I use reminders, and I slow down decisions. Because brain fog is like driving in thick fog. You don't speed up, you slow down. This one took me the longest to learn. I used to constantly compare old me versus new me. Old me, more energy, faster, fewer symptoms. New me, naps like a champion, celebrates finding my keys. But here's what I realized. That comparison is a trap. Because the goal isn't becoming the old you again. The goal is learning how to be you now. MS forced me to stop doing something else, trying to control everything. MS doesn't work like that. Some days are great. Some days your brain decides socks are confusing. But here's the surprising part. When you stop fighting the reality, you start building a life that actually works with it, not against it. Quick pit stop. If this helps, hit like so more people find it. Subscribe for more Real Talk MS tools and laughs. Back to the list. One thing I've learned from talking to thousands of people living with MS, from all walks of life, all over the world, is this one universal truth. We all have a list. It's an invisible, ever-evolving document we carry around in our heads. It has two columns, things we stopped doing and things we learned to do differently. For me, that list is long. I stopped running half marathons, which I used to love for the sense of accomplishment. The fatigue and leg weakness just made it impossible. But what did I do instead? I discovered a passion for adaptive yoga and swimming. It's not about the mileage anymore. It's about the movement, the breath, and feeling strong in a new way. I also stopped going to loud, crowded concerts that would leave me drained for days. The sensory overload was just too much. Instead, I've become the queen of the intimate brunch. I get to connect with my friends in a calm environment where I can actually hear them, and I budget my energy for what really matters, the conversation. It's a different kind of social fulfillment. And my brain? Oh, my brain. I stopped relying on my memory, which had started to feel like a sieve. Now, my life is a beautiful mosaic of sticky notes, calendar alerts, and to-do list apps. It's not a sign of failure. It's a brilliant cognitive tool that frees up my mental energy for creativity and problem solving. So now, I'm genuinely curious about your list. What's something MS made you stop doing? And what creative, brilliant, or even simple thing do you do instead? Please share it in the comments, because chances are your adaptation, your instead, is the exact answer someone watching this video needs to hear today. Your experience could be the spark that helps them find a new way forward. Living with MS doesn't mean life stops. It just means life changes. And that's not a tragedy. It's a redirection. Some doors will close, it's true. Some routines will inevitably disappear. But new ways of living, new hobbies, and new perspectives will show up to take their place. Sometimes the new way is slower. Sometimes it's a little weirder, and you have to explain your collection of ergonomic gadgets to visitors. And yes, sometimes it involves far more naps than you ever thought possible for a grown adult. Embrace the nap. It's a superpower.